Saint James the Greater, 25th July. James was one of the 12 disciples of Jesus, a native of Galilee. He participated very much in the ministry days of Jesus Christ, and after the ascension, he was united in prayer and supplication in the upper room in Jerusalem with the other disciples and the sisters and brothers who participated in the ministry of Jesus. Acts of the Apostles, chapter 1, verse 13. This James was the brother of John, who was called the beloved disciple of Jesus. Of the other disciples, besides Judas Iscariot, we read of the death of James in the Bible. He was put to death by sword in 44 AD by King Herod. Acts 12 1 2. Parents: father's name Zebedee, mother's name Salome. Matthew chapter 4, verse 21 and verse 22. The Lord named him and his brother Boanerges, Mark 3:17, meaning men of thunder. Ministry: when Jesus was walking by the Sea of Galilee, James was found mending the fishing nets in the sea. Jesus called him. He immediately left the boat and his father and followed Jesus. As a member of the inner circle of the disciples of Jesus Christ, James witnessed the raising of Jairus' daughter to life by Jesus at Capernaum. Jairus was a synagogue ruler. The transfiguration in Mark chapter 9, verse 2, and Jesus' agony in the Garden of Gethsemane. Matthew chapter 26, verses 36 to 46. In the Garden of Gethsemane, while James, Peter, and John were found asleep, Jesus said to Peter, "How is it you three were not able to keep watch with me even for 1 hour? Keep watch and pray that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." 3 times Jesus prayed, and all the 3 times Jesus found his disciples asleep, in spite of his telling them, "The sorrow in my heart is so great that it almost crushes me. Stay here and keep watch with me." Matthew chapter 26, verse 36 to 46. James also witnessed the physical healing and spiritual salvation of a 12-year bleeding woman who touched the cloak of Jesus Christ. Mark chapter 5, verse 34. James desired for position of prestige and power, that is, to sit at his right or left in the glory of the Lord. Mark chapter 10, verse 35 to verse 40. Matthew chapter 20, verse 20 to verse 28. While Jesus was sitting on the Mount of Olives, James went with Peter, Andrew, and John to learn about the signs of the end times. Matthew chapter 24. St. James is the patron saint of Spain. According to Spanish tradition, his body was taken to Santiago de Compostela, Spain, where his shrine attracts pilgrims from all over the world. The traditional pilgrimage to the grave of the saint is known as Way of St. James.